Okay, good morning everyone. Today we're going to talk about 5.4, finding the sum and difference identities and some formulas. So what we should have is that purple paper. There are some formulas in the back of that purple paper that you need to know. So we're looking at the sum and difference identities. And I have my paper here. There are 6 formulas, 2 for the cosine, 2 for the sine, and 2 for the tangent. Now these formulas will allow us to find the cosine of a difference, A minus B. So 2 angles subtracted, and that is cosine of A, cosine of B, plus sine of A, sine of B. And the cosine for an addition with a plus sign here, cosine, cosine minus sine, sine. For the sine, sum and difference, the pattern is sine, cosine, cosine, sine for both of them. If this is a minus, then this would be a minus left. If you're adding a sum here, then you're going to have a sum here, a plus. The tangent are some fractions, and I'll let you look at them for a little bit. A plus sign, cosine of A plus B, has the plus and then the minus. The tangent of A minus B has a minus and then a plus. So these formulas you're going to need to know. Have this paper in front of you. We're going to deal with it in a bit. So things to kind of start memorizing. The sine has the same sign in the middle, and the cosine, the sign changes in the middle. Pause the video, take a look at it, make sure you agree, and then we'll start working on some problems. So these formulas will allow you to find the sine of 15 degrees. Now I know it's not a special triangle, and we like to deal with special triangles like 30, 45, and 60. And so we can use these formulas to find the exact value of sine 15. To do that, I have to think about 2 angles that subtract to get 15. And the 2 angles that I'm going to pick are going to be special triangles, special angles. I'm going to use 45 minus 30 degrees. Because if I subtract those, that's 15. And I'm using these because these are special, and I'll be able to draw a triangle to give me a special triangle and a special triangle. So the sine of 45 minus 30, I'm going to look at my formula. Sine of A minus B, A minus B. So I'm going to use this formula right here, sine, cosine minus cosine, sine. Sine of A, that was my A, cosine of 30, that was my B, minus cosine of A, sine of B. Sine A cosine B minus cosine A sine B, using my formula. So this is the new part going from there to there. Now these are special triangles. Pause the video, draw a triangle, and calculate these values. Sine of 45, cosine of 30, multiplication, cosine of 45, sine of 30, multiplication. I can multiply these two together. We add 2 times we add 3, 2 times 2. I can multiply these together, and I can subtract. Fractions, I have the same denominator, so I keep the denominator 4 and I just subtract the numerator. Now, if we were in class, I would try to trick you guys, but I'm not going to. These are not the same, so you cannot subtract those. That's my answer. I'm done. Exact value, no decimal, no calculator. look on part B, the cosine of 15 degrees, again, I need to find two angles that subtract to get 15 degrees. Now, I could use 45 minus 30, like I did in part A. But to change it up a little bit, I could use 60 minus 45, because that's 15. As a matter of fact, there's a couple different ways to get that number. I'm going to try something different than I did for part A to show you that it works. And if you want to try the 45 minus 30, like you did in part A, go ahead, we'll get the exact same answer at the end. So this is cosine of A minus B. Cosine of A minus B. So I'm going to follow this pattern. Cosine, cosine, plus sine, sine. Cosine of 60, cosine of 45. Now, because this is a minus, for the cosine it will change. Sine, sine. Cosine, cosine, sine, sine. So from there to there, using my identity. Pause, draw triangles, calculate the value. I do triangles, by the way. I multiply, and then I can add, because I have this in denominator. And again, in class, I will try to trick you, but these are not the same. You cannot add those together, so that is my final answer. Sine, cosine, and we'll try a tangent. Tangent of 105. So I need to figure out how to get 105. Remember, we'll want to use special angles, 30, 45, 60, maybe even 90. Those are not that bad. So to get 105, I'm going to use 60 plus 45. And yeah, you could also do 45 plus 60, it won't really matter. So I have a tangent of A plus B. So looking at my formula, tangent of A plus B will be tangent of A plus tangent of B, 1 minus tangent of A, tangent of B. Straight from my formula, A, B plus, and this is 1 minus tan of A, tan of B. And I'm just using these values right here, the A and B. So pause, draw some triangles, and by the way, if you drew the triangles for the ones on top, then use the same one. Tangent of 60. Tangent of 45. Tangent of 60. This is a multiplication, so let's be careful with that. Is tangent of 45 is the 1. So I am multiplying those, and I will do that right now. When I am multiplying, rad 3 times 1 is simply rad 3. In my numerator, rad 3 plus 1, you cannot add those, they're not the same, so I'm going to leave it alone. But I want to write it like this, and the only reason is because I have some algebra to do, and it'll simplify my life a little bit. So back in our algebra days, I have to rationalize that. If I have 1 minus rad 3, I am going to multiply by the conjugate, which is 1 plus rad 3. And I multiply the numerator by 1 plus rad 3. This is the conjugate. Okay, I'm going to do some algebra. Pause. You got to multiply stuff out, and let's see what we get. In the numerator, denominator, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? Alright, how about that? Some algebra here. 4 plus 2 rad 3. In the denominator, I get a negative 2. Okay? If you have a question about the algebra, let me know. We'll walk through it again together. So this, I'm going to simplify a little bit. That negative 2, I'm going to simplify that, and I'm going to simplify that. So my final answer then will be 4 divided by negative 2, 2 divided by negative 2, minus that. And that is my final answer. Okay? Have that purple paper in front of you. We're going to stop right there, and we'll call this part 1. Oh, I forgot your homework, didn't I? Yes, that does say all.